in them, and sometimes he just wants to
Right.
tweak it to that sort of
Yeah.
that you've created. So I don't know if that helps, but that's what I've
Yeah, I
noticed.
mean, they do it for free. Do they not offer? Do they just do this service for nothing then?
Or BandLab,
Bandlove, yeah.
yeah, it's free. It's always been free. I've been using it since 2019. It's just free.
Right.
Yeah.
And you
So,
mix yours in that way then?
well, I used to mix mine in that way because I used to, because when I started recording in 2019, I started with
Yeah.
GarageBand. So,
Right.
yeah, so I started with GarageBand on Apple, on a Mac.
Right.
Um, and then when I migrated to Logic Pro, I was able to, there was um, more of the mixing tools that I could use because GarageBand
Yeah.
is the free version of it. Now the paid version is Logic.
Mm.
Or getting the Logic, the paid version, I was able to unlock
Right. Okay.
different, yeah, mixing tools. And when I've been able to mix it on Logic, I then when I then import it to BandLab, it doesn't give me any much difference.
No.
So
No.
it's so but you just try it out and see if he
Give it
see
a go. I will. Yeah.
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, see if he enhances anything. If it does,
Yeah.
I
Well
mean,
and good.
even when I used to use it, I don't use it on all my tracks. I only use it
Mm.
on the ones that sounds better on it. So if it sounds better on
Yeah.
it, I'll use it. If it doesn't,
And go for it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I won't go for it. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
I've got a note of that. Yep.
yeah. So yeah,
Good.
right. Yeah,
So, alien spaceship.
yeah. The alien spaceship. So I've written a few more since the last one that
Yeah.
I sent you. Uh,
Okay.
so let me just see. Let me just see what I've added to it. So right. So since Logan theory, um,
Yeah.
so since the easiest way, the Americans developed a pen uh, to take to the moon.
Oh yeah, I got that there. Yeah.
So after that, I've written stuff. People that think stuff has a plural, and the plural means adding an S to it.
Yeah.
you know. So that and then the term on the house, um,
Yeah.
just played around with that as well. And then how do you apologize? So somebody rings you up to say, I want to apologize for, you go, well then apologize then. And then he goes, yeah, I just did. So what's the real apology? It's just a play on words.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's this interesting article which I did a research on, and it's about daytime clubbing. Have you heard of it?
Right.
You heard of
Not really. No.
Yeah,
No.
right. So this actress called Vicky McClure and her
Oh
husband.
yeah, she was in. She was in. Was it Hello Hello or something?
Oh yeah. And her
She was
husband,
on TV and everything. Yeah.
right. So and her husband, Johnny Owen, they created a club that's open in the day, but then shuts early. And I think after 4 p.m. you can't get in. I think, or is it after 3
Well,
p.m.?
they're closing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it shuts about 7 o'clock or something. Instead of dancing the night away. I'm gonna be in nightclub. Yeah. So the doors open at 2 p.m. Last entry
Yeah.
is 4 p.m. And obviously the age. So they said it's targeting people from uh, over 30 years. So people from
Right.
30 and over, that's what it's
Right.
targeting. It's just the I find it a funny concept that because
Mm.
it's quite new, isn't it? So instead of dancing the night away, you dance the afternoon away.
That's a day away.
That's the
Yeah, I
dancing.
mean the thing is, in a club, it's not like you've got windows, so you'd soon imagine yourself. You wouldn't be thinking, oh, it's the afternoon, I guess.
Yeah,
It's going to be dark in there with the lights. So
yeah,
yeah,
that's
I can see
yeah,
that concept would work. I
yeah.
think it would work.
But can you imagine getting drunk about 6 p.m. in the evening, when that's just
Some people do, I think.
well, some people get drunk in the morning.
They do. Not
Right.
me.
Okay. Right. Okay. So should we have that? Should we add that one in then for today?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, daytime clubbing. And
Okay.
apologies, you mentioned. I've got that written down.
Yeah. So the apology, yeah. How do you apologize? Yeah. Okay. So should we look for two more? Um, let's see. Um, so let me do something. Let me just send you what I've added to it. That way. Right. So there's a story in Nigeria when I was growing up. So this story is like it was like I don't know, it could be fictional, but in a certain town, all the youths in that town, they decided to kill off the older generations. And so, because they felt they weren't being of any, they weren't contributing to, the economy
Yeah,
of the town.
right.
And then there was this little boy that actually didn't go ahead with it, basically. So he hid his parents in the attic. And every time they had a problem, he was always coming up with solutions to the problem. And they got curious, like, well, how come you're so wise? We're all dumb here, how come? And he said, well, can I tell you a secret? My mom and dad are still in the attic, and stuff like that. And so that forced them to then change the law. Now, I don't know if that's true or
Right.
not, but it's a story that I heard growing up. But yeah, what do you think about that? Should we add that in or skip it for
Oh,
next?
you've got it on there, haven't you? You've got it on your list.
Yeah, yeah,
You've already got it. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, I don't mind what we put on there. When you say they changed the law or whatever, what do you mean? Because he was obviously getting wise advice from his parents, I guess.
yeah. So
What did they do?
so
Did they abandon what they were doing?
they abolished the killing of older,
Right.
yeah, older people, yeah. Because then they saw the contribution. They saw that it was actually contributing to the economy by,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, wisdom wise. So yeah,
I mean,
uh,
it's sort of linked a bit to your Logan's theory, isn't it?
Charles Dunty, yeah, yeah. So that was why I wrote that actually, because I thought about that Logan.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna mean, I've heard something similar growing up. You know, yeah, but I don't.
Yeah, there was a film. I was thinking about this the other day. There was a film some years ago,
Yeah,
and it had Jenny Agutter, an actress, and I think Michael York.
right.
And it was called Logan's Run. Do you remember that film? Perhaps you don't.
Don't actually. I'm gonna have to
Now,
look.
you see, let me just say, you're speaking, and a lot of the time, I don't hear anything. Your mouth is moving. I
All
don't
right,
know whether it's a sound at your end or mine, but
all right.
a
Strange.
lot of it just cuts out when you're actually halfway through what you're saying.
Right. Could it be my network? I don't know. Let me see. Can you hear me? Can you hear me clearly now?
Yes, I can. Yeah,
Right. But then it cuts off at some point.
it almost cut off a bit when you started speaking there.
Right.